Hey, how you doing today? My name's Relyea, and thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to go over the Trial of the Sword Beginning Trials walkthrough. There are 3 things that you want to remember to do before jumping in. 1 is to overheal to get the max number of hearts possible. 2 is to eat the best mighty meal that you possibly can for a 30-minute duration. And last is make sure to save before you get started. Jumping right into it, floor 1 is really simple. All you have to do is act like you're bowling. Come straight over to this tree and kind of hide behind it a little bit. Pull out your rolly bomb and throw it towards where all of the goblins' weapons are. That's where they're all going to run. You'll blow all of them up with a single bomb. For floor 2, all you have to do is come over to the left side and blow up this red choo-choo. And get ready to use the fire's updraft to where the bokoblins are. Be sure to wait for the updraft before jumping into the fire and using the updraft to get to the bokoblins on the platform. Once you manage to get onto the platform, be sure to expertly take out the 3 bokoblins that are up on top. They should be pretty easy pickings for you. You can also use a bomb if you'd like instead of using up your weapons. Speaking of bombs, you can actually use your bombs to take out the ranged bokoblin over on the other tower. Floor 3 is super simple. All you're going to be doing is throwing your bombs at the different choo-choos. The first one being a blue choo-choo, then you're going to fight a wave of 4 small red choo-choos, and lastly, you're going to fight a wave of big choo-choos. Just keep throwing your bombs, and you're going to be good to go on this one. There's several different ways that you can approach floor 4. First thing I like to do is take a bomb and throw it towards the bokoblin waiting at the bottom of the little spiral tower. The very next thing that I like to do is take out this little bokoblin over here with an arrow, and if you can get him once with a headshot, he's going to go down. There's actually another bokoblin all the way at the top right here that is going to alert all of the other bokoblins, so make sure to use an arrow to take out the one at the very top first. Otherwise, you're going to be having to deal with all of the bokoblins at the same time. They're not too hard to deal with, you're just going to be throwing bombs at them one at a time. The downside is that you're going to be fighting both of the blue bokoblins at the same time. Not very advantageous. Keep throwing your bombs and you're going to be okay. Hide behind the trees so you don't take any arrow damage from the one at the very top. Take that bad boy out with 1 arrow to the head, and after that you can move on to the tower where the last bokoblin will be waiting, and he's got some fire barrels around him, so make sure not to hit those fire barrels because they can explode really easily. On floor 5, I like to go ahead and hide in the bushes and sneak around these moblins and go around the backside so I can fight the ones that are inside the skull first. It's a little bit different. The other option is to fight the moblins one at a time. Once you get to the backside of the skull, you can go ahead and jump on top, climb on to where the nose is, and throw bombs onto the inside over and over again until all of the bokoblins on the inside are done. Unless you get a rock to the back, jump inside, take out the moblins one at a time. When the moblins decide that they want to join in, just stay calm, cool, and collected. Just take them out the best that you can. Try to fight them one at a time. Just remember, it's highly likely you're going to take damage at some point, and that's alright. These guys don't do that much damage. Do your best to give yourself a little bit of space, and don't forget to use your abilities. You can use stasis to go ahead and give yourself a little bit of time to get a headshot with your bow and arrow and take down the moblins. Just like that, we're done with room number 5, and we're heading down to floor number 6. This is going to be a stone talus. The highest damage weapon that you should have at this point is the boko bat, and that's what you're going to use to take down the stone talus. Go ahead and jump onto the stone talus right away, and go ahead and spin for the win. Just keep going and do as much damage as you can. If he knocks you off, go ahead and try to get back on, and if for some reason you slip off, don't worry about it. Just make sure that you run away from his ranged attacks. You do not want to get hit by one of those. When the stone talus is digging around trying to find some new arms, pull out your bow and hit him a single time in his weak spot to stun him, giving you a chance to jump on and take him out. Floor 7 is that nice relaxing break that you need to get yourself through the rest of the beginning trials. The first thing you need to do is remember to go get that beautiful, beautiful fairy that can go ahead and save your behind should you need it. I don't think that I really need to tell you to pick up everything that's in the chest and all the apples and the fish, and I don't think I need to tell you need to cook either. So let's go ahead and move on to the next floor. Floor number 8 can be a little bit tricky, especially if you're not used to dealing with Lezaphos. Go ahead and get out your best bow, because you're going to need it, and get a headshot on the Lezaphos is just across the way. Once he drops his weapon, be sure to rush him and take him out as quickly as possible. Always have extra inventory slots in case you're trying to disarm an enemy, like this. I wasn't able to do it. Do as I say and not as I do. For the next Lezaphos, I like to get my ice bridge ready to go really quickly, and then I'll pull out my bow, and as soon as he pops his little head up, try to go for that headshot. And if you miss, just know that every time you hit him, it'll stun him just long enough to make sure that he doesn't hit you. You can use Krynosis to get across the way to the last battle of this floor. Once you get over there, you can use a metal box that's underwater to protect yourself as well as attack the Lezaphos. If you're used to using a metal box, I'd say go ahead and use it. If you've never used a metal box to attack enemies before, it can feel really clunky, and you probably don't want to try it out here because taking any damage is pretty dangerous. I personally like to use stasis to lock these guys down and get some headshots in. Do your best to focus on one enemy at a time, and you should be able to take one out and then focus on the other one. Focusing on one enemy at a time is gonna be your ultimate goal. Floor number 9 has an Octorok that starts shooting at you as soon as you spawn in, so make sure to take care of him right away, and go ahead and get his little friend over here off to the side too. I remember the first time I did floor number 9, and that second Octorok would hit me every single time I was trying to land a shot on this electric Wizrobe, and it was just so annoying, so just take care of him right away. This Wizrobe is super easy to deal with. Just go ahead and hit him with the stasis, pop him a couple of times in the head with your bow, and then as soon as he falls to the ground, I think it's better if you hit him once he stands up, because then he doesn't start bouncing around over into the water. Pick up his lightning rod because it's super useful when disarming enemies later. Floor 10 comes in fast. Use stasis to stop this Lezaphos from alerting his friends and get one headshot on him, and he's going to be taken down easily. I like to do 2 just to be safe. There are several different ways that you can take out the 2 Lezaphos that are waiting for you on the middle platform. I like to get on the top right platform and then fight the Lezaphos at range, so in that way you're only fighting one at a time. If you do try to fight them at range, you have to make sure to keep on moving, otherwise they are going to get you with their little water spurt throw up attack thing. Eventually you'll work down that one Lezaphos and you'll be able to jump on down. Pull out the biggest weapon that you have, and then take out the second Lezaphos with a silent strike. I mean sneak strike. But if it's not enough to take him down, just make sure you don't miss your next 2 hits. And if you do, just cringe and try to hit him. This is the last Lezaphos of this area, and after that you're moving on to what I think is the hardest floor in the beginning trials, and that's floor number 11. You're going to be boarding this raft, and I really hope you got some sweet, sweet bow skills, because you're going to need them. Go ahead and pull out the best bow that you have and take out the first bokoblins on the left and the one on the right. It's going to take one shot on each of them, and they're going to go down nice and easy. After that, these other 2 are going to be a little bit harder. They're just so far away that you have to really arc your shot, otherwise you're going to miss, and you're also going to want to make sure you keep on moving, because you really don't want to get hit by that fire. Every time I take a shot, I just make sure to run around in a little circle. And if need be, it's okay to abandon raft and swim to a safe spot. It's not the end of the world if that's something you need to do. Once you do make it across and climb up out of the water, the second platform right about here is the best place to take out whatever remaining archers are left. From there, you'll be able to take out the bokoblins that are left up on this middle platform. Take them out one at a time. Just do your best not to get pushed into the water, just because it's super freaking annoying. Go ahead and take out your revenge on that bokoblin that pushed you into the water. Just don't forget that there's another black bokoblin that might sneak up behind you right when you're trying to get your revenge, and then you know what he's gonna do? He might also knock you into the water. get rid of that guy, and then there's only one moblin left that you have to deal with. And if you didn't know already, you can just stasis them and knock them into the water and not even have to deal with them. And then after that, we're moving on to the last floor. Floor 12 is a Hinox, and at this point you probably fought a couple of Hinoxes in your time, so you know that you just want to get the strongest weapon that you possibly have. You're going to sneak over right between his legs and go ahead and spin for the win just like you were doing with that stone talus. Just do your best to avoid his metal shin guards. You cannot use fire to burn them off. I've tried. Pull out your bow, go ahead and hit him in the eye to stun him. That'll knock the Hinox down. Go ahead and pick up whatever weapons he has on his necklace, because those are the weapons that you're going to use to take down the Hinox as quickly as possible. When he stands back up, I like to stay fairly close and watch his hands. You can get him to do a little hand clap, leaving his eye wide open for a bow and arrow shot. Use a Knight's broadsword that you picked up from the Hinox's necklace, and you're going to do a ton of damage. When he gets back up, you're going to aim for his eye, and if you just so happen to miss a couple of times, like I do here, you can use stasis to go ahead and get him to slow down just long enough to get a shot off. Doing this a couple times through should be enough to take down the Hinox pretty quickly, and just like that, you have just finished the beginning trials. All that's left is to go pick up your Master Sword and then get ready for the middle and end trials. If you like this video, please let me know and leave a like. You wouldn't believe at how much it helps a small channel grow. If you thought my jokes were funny, leave me a comment. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe so I know that you enjoy the content. Thank you very much. Hopefully I'll see you soon.